What struck me about Verne's writing was how much genre and how many tropes I could recognize from decidedly modern fictions of alien abduction stories. It all starts with mysterious phenomena in the skies, a trumpet sound with an inscrutable pattern, no telling if the song was Rule Britannia or Yankee Doodle. Then people, both common and learned people from around the world, also hear the sound, but also see an inscrutable shape in the sky, in the dark, or in a cloud layer, just too far to discern details, but almost undeniably there. The phenomena sparks debate, and more pertinently, baseless partisanship, wherever the learned and unlearned intend to debate the phenomena's nature and meaning. In the book, the confused discourse is limited to newspapers and astronomers, but if it were a story from today, amateur skywatchers, agitators of any sort, aspiring politicians, naturally, religious figures, newspapers and other publications, scientists, astronomers, and observatories worldwide, everybody gets to have an opinion. Either everyone takes a position or feels entitled to demand an explanation. This is exactly a trope I would expect to become a reality if ever real extraterrestrial spacecraft did explicitly and unambiguously reveal themselves to us. The best we have in our modern day and age is anomalous recordings, and that has long since spawned several industries and a modern mythology of alien contact. Back to Verne's book, at about the same time a club of balloonians are deliberating their airship building program when a stranger arrives to discredit their efforts in favor of his own. In the mob that follows, he disappears into thin air, literally, as it later becomes apparent. That night, our protagonists blunder away from town and home, happen upon a remote clearing, and are abducted by assailants unknown, and are spirited away in what they will later see is an unfathomably advanced vessel of the air. Whether a flying clipper ship or a flying saucer UFO, the convention is the same. As our POV characters have their flying adventure in which Robur reveals his vessel to the people below, by and by, the people left behind are confounded at their disappearance and have almost no clues to work with. The meager evidence of circular depressions left in the middle of a park, with no trails going anywhere, stumps everyone. It's a dead ringer for the crop circle phenomena. When the thusly framed heroes return for their flying finale, Robert's return and subsequent address to the crowd is very much like how supposed alien contact would seem, with the erstwhile alien Robert holding everyone's attention and giving a compelling speech related to the power of technology and the responsibility of mankind to evolve social mores with it. Although saying "take me to your leader" wouldn't factor in because Robert simply wouldn't care. There's whole historical sagas that I suspect were inspired by Verne's book. Robur the Conqueror was published in 1886. Years later, in 1896 and 1897, there were mysterious sightings of strange vessels in the skies over the United States. They were called phantom airships, or alternately considered a phantom airship. Whether there was anything there at all, or a fabrication that got carried on in a kind of mass hysteria, the parallels to modern UFO sightings are uncanny. It's also very much precedented that those strange sightings would eventuate from new spectacles in popular culture. As a period example, one of the earliest accounts of the Loch Ness Monster bears a striking resemblance to a scene from the then newly premiered film King Kong in 1933. I have no trouble believing that someone or any number of people reading Verne's story of Robur and the albatross might be primed to look to the sky and, with any fleeting turn of a light or cloud in the sky, even at night, might decide they've seen something like an airship, assuming, of course, that any given account is not a wholesale fabrication. In the year 1909, leading up to the First World War, there were even more mystery airship scares in Britain, New Zealand, Australia, and even New England and America that can be traced to anxieties of German airship developments. Less famous mystery airship scares petered out later. World War II era Foo Fighters and post-war flying saucers would dominate UFO culture from then on. This kind of observation isn't to malign people for seeing things where there's nothing. Frankly, it's just more evidence that we, humanity the world over and all through time, have always looked skyward and seen phenomena we didn't understand nor could explain. And something in most or all of us compels us to explain or to seek, to reach out for a higher truth beyond our grasp. Maybe in the future, if we hear a musical trumpet thundering in the sky, or a distant light and shape in the clouds, in the night or twilight, maybe instead of squabbling for a commodity, we might find cause to look up together to find a new commons, something for all of us, and that no one can take exclusive ownership. Maybe this is the Icarian Robur and thus Verne spoke of.